So we've been talking a lot about Nintendo Switch for many months, maybe even, years at this point, but obviously over the last few months, it's all been all about Nintendo Switch 2 at my channel. And one thing that we have, talked about, but not really known or had any direct proof for, is the idea of what Nintendo's going to call this next generation system. Obviously, we refer to it as Nintendo Switch 2, and I do think and have thought for a while that actually seems to be the most likely name. But now another company, a major company, a US-based company that makes massive accessories for the entire tech industry, has dropped a prototype, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. They have dropped an accessory that I originally thought was just a joke, but the accessory goes ahead and calls it the Nintendo Switch 2. And when you see who it's by, you'll understand why I'm taking this a little bit more serious than just your average Chinese accessory manufacturer. So without further ado, we're going to get into it. I have to remind you that, hey, we're on the road to 140,000 subscribers. I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel if you want to stay up to date on all things Nintendo Switch 2. And let's go ahead and dive in here. We're talking first off over at Insider Gaming. So it says, did Dbrand give players another look at Nintendo Switch 2? And look at this. Look at this. You can see the two buttons there. Obviously, this is upside down, but the design of the Nintendo Switch 2's next-gen console may have been leaked yet again by an accessory creator. Dbrand, a company that's no stranger to controversy, has posted a page for its upcoming case for the Nintendo Switch 2. And they have an update here. They actually talked to Dbrand. Dbrand CEO Adam Iajaz, or Liajaz, I think it's Iajaz, has confirmed to Insider Gaming that the actual design of the Nintendo Switch 2 is what's in the case animations. Here's a quote. That is correct. It is the Switch 2 with our Kill Switch case on it. Similar in principle to our Kill Switch for Steam Deck, ROG Ally, and ROG Ally X, he said. Oh, baby. Literally. Yeah, that is the actual Switch 2 design. Dbrand going out on a limb to say we ain't messing around. That is what the Switch 2 design is. All right, moving on. So the company first shared a look at the back of the case on its social media pages. With it came the message, we will not be answering any questions at this time. Just 20 hours later, Dbrand doubled down with a link directly to a page titled Switch 2. As I said, they're using that term Switch 2, even with more looks at the case, and they call it the Switch 2 Kill Switch. So that's really cool. Now, what we want to do is obviously go through all the things that Dbrand has done. So first, we have that initial teaser post here over on X. We will not be answering any questions. You can see they were hiding the name. I thought it was just going to say Kill Switch 2, like the case Kill Switch 2, because they used the word Kill Switch. I didn't realize it was going to be Switch 2 and Kill Switch, but I also thought this might be a joke, right? And yeah, they troll sometimes. So, I thought maybe they're jumping on the accessory hype train. But here's the thing, that was until they did this. Oh man, they come back again with another post with images of this, accessory they're making for the Nintendo Switch 2. And here they go showing the front cover, because if you don't know, they put a front dust cover that you can use on your system and while you're traveling. It's kind of like a case. Go over here. All right, there's the back grip area. You're seeing kickstand stuff. Okay, all right. But the big thing is they launched an entire website for this product. So let's go ahead and take a look at that website. And here it is, spinning in all of its glory. Now, you can't pre-order it. It's not for sale yet. There's nothing you can do except enter your email address to be notified for when it will become available. So you're seeing it right here from Dbrand, a major accessory manufacturer, skin company, all this stuff for all these major brands. You're seeing it on screen. They're calling it the Switch 2 Kill Switch. And yes, as we pointed out on Insider Gaming, the CEO of the company has confirmed that what you are seeing right here, what you are seeing inside this animation, what you are seeing is indeed the actual Nintendo Switch 2 design. And of course, it pretty much looks like everything we have already seen so far. Obviously, he's not confirming that those are the color of the Joy-Cons, just the overall design of the system. So that's pretty wild, guys. I mean, this is now, it's every day at this point. There is some manufacturer, some accessory company, someone just doubling down that this is real. That everything we have looked at over the last week, all these accessory leaks are legit. We know what the Nintendo Switch 2 looks like. I talked about it yesterday when I said, hey, it looks like the Nintendo Switch 2 leaked. Yeah, it does look like it, legitimately. And now Dbrand, a major company that is not some Chinese random Alibaba manufacturer, an actual major US company, in addition, by the way, to satisfy, was also leaking things related to the Switch 2 for their products. And they're literally just calling it Switch 2. And I think that's notable that Dbrand is calling it the Switch 2 kill switch, because they seem to be essentially inferring that this is the final name Nintendo is calling the product. Now, of course, Nintendo hasn't confirmed any of this, right? Nintendo hasn't announced the system. They haven't given us a name. But what I will say is, if all of this is true, and the designs we've been seeing, such as the ones I'm showing on screen now, and I will note, yes, these are AI upscale by Nintendo Universal. Here's actually the original image, but obviously when you blow it up, it's kind of blurry, so he used AI, whatever. Point is, this is what the Switch 2 reportedly looks like. Forget the blue stuff you're seeing. That is a silicone case. But yeah, this is what the Switch 2 looks like. Or maybe you prefer this look here that came from SwitchUp, who has a 3D printed model from accessory maker Evoler, however you pronounce their name. So I sit back and I look at this all and I go, this is wild. This is crazy. This wasn't happening for Switch. It's happening for Switch 2. Very similar design to Switch. Obviously a little bit bigger, a couple new features. The Joy-Cons work a little better, some quality of life improvements. But here's the deal. If all of this stuff is true, and this is what, or roughly, or pretty close to, what Switch 2 looks like, then yeah, they got to call it Switch 2. What else are you going to call this? You're going to call it Switch Attach because the controller's attached to the side? Well, yeah, when you slid them on, that also is a way of attaching to the side. I don't think so. I'm really on this bandwagon of Nintendo Switch 2. We're seeing all these accessory makers use it. We're seeing, obviously, Dbrand, one of the biggest names now to use the term Switch 2. I do think the Switch 2 is the most likely name at this point. If it's going to look extremely similar, if it's going to be like an iPhone 16 compared to an iPhone 15, you got to use a number. The number is the differentiator. The number is the easily understood marketing mechanic for the system. I've literally seen a number of you go, man, what happens if grandma buys them a Switch? But they really wanted the Switch 2, but grandma couldn't tell it apart because they look the same. That's what the 2 is for. Even grandma knows the 2 is the newer model than the nothing. The Switch and the Switch 2, grandma will know the 2 is the bigger number. Why? Because grandma has been trained for decades that bigger number equals better. So that is pretty awesome. I do think it's the obvious way to go, especially if it's going to have a very similar look. And yeah, let's just call it what it is. It's probably going to be called Nintendo Switch 2. This is probably what it looks like. Nintendo, the ball is in your court. We're no longer going to be shocked by what it looks like unless it's drastically different, which at this point, significantly doubt that, especially based on what I've heard behind the scenes about the dev kits that don't look exactly like the final retail units, by the way, but do confirm to me a lot of the details we're seeing here. So if this is indeed the final design, Switch 2, man. Gotta be. It's gotta be Switch 2, right? Right? Am I crazy? Maybe I'm just crazy over here, but it's gotta be Switch 2. So again, we'll look back at this Dbrand thing, flipping around the Switch 2 kill switch. Dbrand's out here talking their talk, walking their walk. Nintendo, I just need to see the games, baby. Yeah, I want to see the official system, of course, your official images of it and your own animations or whatever. But I gotta see the games, man. Because after all, the games are why we play. I need to see that 3D Mario. I want to see some upscaled Switch games. I want to see Elden Ring. I want to see all the rest. So we'll have to wait and see what happens. I suspect we're going to get a reveal here within a month or two. Should be revealed by the end of March based on Nintendo's own words. They set that expectation. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am Nintendo RoboJets from Nintendo Prime. We'll see what happens tomorrow. Will we have more accessory leaks tomorrow? Will we have actual game leaks, because we just had the Game Awards and there was an after party. I'm hearing some things from a very certain popular Japanese studio now. I'm getting texts about it, about a certain very popular Japanese studio that's going to be bringing their best of the best to Nintendo Switch 2. And you're going to be very pleased if and when I can tell you what company that is. Don't have permission quite yet, but can't wait till I do. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am Nathaniel Robojets from Nintendo Prime, and I'll catch all of you guys in the next video.